Hello, Rebus here, welcoming you to a new thing I wanted to add to the channel. Basically, we're going to take some games from Steam that just came out, mostly indie games, and we're going to kind of do an indie game review of these games. So for the first game that we have, we are reviewing Algo Bot. This is kind of a game that is similar to a puzzle-based game, except instead of having puzzle elements, you actually program the robot to perform a certain series of steps. So if you're familiar with any sort of programming language, you'll kind of be familiar with the game and how it's set up. So the entire story element of the game is based around you are a kind of recycling bot, you perform tasks, that sort of stuff, and you accidentally mess up at the advice of your robot companion. She ends up, or he, it's non-discriminatory, tells you to basically jettison a nuclear-powered bot that wasn't actually powered down. This creates basically an EMP rift, and it causes a lot of malfunctions on the machine, on the space shuttle that you're on. The space shuttle is carrying basically life from Earth to a new planet. So it's kind of got that really Wall-E-esque feel to it. At least the robots kind of have that look to them. There is some witty humor, kind of sarcastic humor. A little bit of kind of that making fun of humor, especially at the expense of the main character, the Algo Bot. So this game does currently retail for $8.99. It is on sale 10% off as this video goes up. It will go back up to $9.99 normally. So the main component is the actual gameplay of this game. Outside of this story, you'll be doing a lot of setting up these program functions. So for instance, you might have a program function be move forward, move forward, move forward, left, move forward, pick something up, turn around, move forward, drop it, and then basically repeat. Or you might have to do something along this white colored line to fulfill the requirements. As the game keeps going, it starts off deceptively simple. It's just basically pick something up, move it, drop it, and you're done. Eventually they start adding in functions which you can use to have a bunch of different steps but only take up one step on the main line. And this can be combined in numerous ways. It can create a really interesting sequence. You can get up to, I believe, 3 or 4. I've only seen up to 2, and I'm over halfway through the game, I believe. They also throw in things such as variables, which once again, if you know anything about programming, you'll kind of get an idea of what a variable is. You start off with one variable, and then it ends up going up to 2, and then further from there you can have different colored variables, that kind of stuff. This game does have cards and achievements attached with it as well, which is kind of a nice feature. So far the achievements don't seem like they're too bad to unlock. A lot of them seem to be story related. I know some of the harder achievements that you'll end up having to collect are getting perfect runs. In order to get perfect runs, you basically have to create the sequence perfectly and under the steps that they suggest. There is some tips that you can request of your friendly robot, and she, he, whatever we're going with, will end up giving you some advice, oh, you might need to go in a circle clockwise before, that's the easiest way to complete this task. So sound-wise, the game does sound nice. It's a great game. Music's on point. Kind of got the metallic sounds to it. Very robotic, very driven in that sense. So it's a good sound all around. So I guess the big feature is the game actually fun to play? For some people, this game will not appeal at all. This game just will not hit those notes that you're hoping for. If you do not like solving a puzzle or get that sense of accomplishment when you actually complete a like program or like create like a hard task, you will not really enjoy this game. The humor is regulated to in between each level, or like toward like the beginning or end of the level. So you're not getting like a funny, quirky, like ha ha ha, like that kept me going while I was sitting there programming this. The other issue is it does feel like you are programming without any of the actual like seeing code. I do think that for children this would be a fun game to get them into coding and getting them like used to the idea of how to code. It's obviously they're not going to be able to play this game and then know how to code immediately. But overall, I think that the game is pretty good for like that kind of style. If you do love puzzle games and you do love this kind of like programming puzzle, it's definitely a good game. There's about 47 levels, I believe, in the game, and you can basically go back and try to improve like your run on each level. The levels do vary, at least enough. Some of them look like cargo holds. Some of the later ones look more like kind of like botanical garden-esque. So it definitely does have some good like landscapes with that. So overall, I would say Algo Bot is definitely a game I will at least try to accomplish. So far, I've put about only like 2 hours into it, and I think I'm, like I said, over halfway done. So if you guys do enjoy like puzzle games, definitely give this a look, give it a try, and help them out. Give them a little bit of money. They're definitely worth it. So I hope you guys did enjoy this indie game review. If you did, please leave a comment. Please let me know that you enjoyed this, and a like and a subscribe if you would like. But until next time, guys, this is Rebus saying, I'll catch you later.